Hey folks, this is Jake Davis on the Fly Review for you. And today I'm talking about, or tonight, it's pretty late, I'm talking about Late Night with the Devil. This movie was released earlier. It had theatrical, because it had a lot of talk last year from, the horror movie markets and shit like that. And it finally came out last weekend on, it was available on Shudder. And that's when we checked it out. Watched this movie last night, and I loved it. First off, the movie he's directed by, I'm not sure how to pronounce this, the Kiarnis brothers, Colin and Cameron. And the film stars David Dastmalchian. I had to write it down so I could read it, because it's a fucking name. There's like 4 syllables to your last name, bro. What the hell? I've taken drugs that were easier to say. But Dastmalchian, Dave, I'm going to call him Dave for this video. This guy's been floating around for years. I first noticed him in, most people probably first noticed him in a very small but very memorable role in The Dark Knight, which was 16 years ago. And he's popped up in just so much shit since then. He was in Ant-Man. He was in The Suicide Squad. He was in Oppenheimer. He was in Dune, for fuck's sakes. Hey, whoa, fuck, everybody's in Dune. Everybody's in Oppenheimer. Anyhow, he is just one of those guys who just seems to be popping up in everything and has been for like the last 16 years. Now, the whole setup for this film is that it's kind of like a found footage mixed in with the original studio footage with cinema mixed in here, right? And the whole setup is the movie takes place on Halloween night, 1971. And, what's this character's name? Jack Delroy. He is a late night host of a show called Night Owls that airs every weeknight at midnight. And he's been doing it for years, decades. But he's always just been on the cusp of being on Carson's level. It's just not quite that, just too much of a niche. So after being recently widowered, and kind of being at the edge of his rope, finally he wants to hit it big, and he means fucking big, and he's going to do anything he has to do it. So he is going to have a very special guest on this Halloween night, which is a possessed teenage girl. And, okay, I've already told you pretty much too much of the story, but I was just enthralled and captivated, and I loved this movie. This movie I'm probably going to see many more times over the years. I'll probably watch it 3 more times come Halloween. This is a very, very fun horror film. Dave is so fun and wacky and charismatic, and it brings this, like, you can really get the sense that he he went back and watched Dr. Mysterio and Paul Bearer shows. He dug up some kind of weird, wacky baby boomer era late night television shit to kind of build something his character on, while still trying to be some sort of late night TV show host that is universally recognizable. But you see this kind of weird madness and edge that he tries to bring to it. He's very fun in this movie, very, very entertaining. He really brings the whole movie together as a piece, which fucking what the leading man should do. But I loved I love this damn movie. And one thing I absolutely have to point out about is the runtime of this film. This film is just, I think the first Toy Story film was longer than this fucking thing. It's like just a little over 80 minutes long. And it gives it such a naturalistic indie, but also old school movie, horror movie vibe to it. It feels like a small little indie that would have been made then. Even when its effects, it's kind of weird usage of when it shows out, it's not long, and it's memorable, noticeable, but not in a distracting way. You know what I mean? When it uses what little money they got, and apparently, I read this earlier today. Apparently, the budget for this movie was $666,000. Which, if that's not true, it fucking should be. And don't ever change the lie, because I love it. I was gonna give this 4 stars, but after starting to talk about it and starting to gush about it properly, fuck it. I've talked myself into a 5-star horror movie. Was even though you really shouldn't use the word delightful to describe a horror film. That's how I found this movie. This was just such a good goddamn time. I loved it. I enjoyed the shit out of this thing. Check it out as soon as you have a chance. I'm Jake Davis, and I'll catch you on the fly.